Scenario B, you're 15%, but you want to be 10%. You want abs. So what should you do? You hire the coach and you say, and he says, what's your body fat? It's 15%. Oh, good. Okay. What is your goal? I want to be 10%. I want to look good on the beach. Okay. What do I do, coach? First thing we do is bulk for 6 months and then cut for 5 months, and then you'll look good next year. That is so stupid. And you know how many people do that? You know how many coaches do that? Do you know how many people write me and tell me that they do this? Do you know how many people I coach that have done this and then they hire me and I look at the plan, I'm like, you told your coach your goal is you want to be 10% fat, you're 15, and so to do that, he has you bulking up to 25%, and then he's going to cut you down to 10. That is what they do. How stupid does this sound? Do you need a genius coach to tell you that that's not the right way to do it? Obviously, it's wrong. If your goal is to be leaner, you get leaner. If you hire a coach and your goal is to get leaner, and 2 or 3 weeks later, you're fatter, you tell the coach, Coach, I am fatter. I don't like it. Send me a better diet plan with less calories, or make me do more cardio so that I am not fatter. Send. Don't forget to send it, because if they don't read it, they won't know. Think of it, okay? So, what is the goal? You lose very slowly. You're 15% and you lose weight and you tell the coach, I lost 1 pound this week, and you're discouraged. Well, that's what you're supposed to lose. The slower you lose it, the more muscle you're going to keep, or the more muscle you can build, because the larger the deficit, the more you're going to lose muscle. You don't want that, okay? So you slowly lose maybe 0.5% a week. Just like a 500 calorie a day surplus or deficit, sorry, or even less. You might lose 0.5 pound a week, and then you do it over a long period of time. Then when you get to 10%, you hold it there for life. You get the look you want for life, and then you get bigger. So let's say I like my look right here, okay? That much percent, okay? So I just ate, but there, this much percent. 9%, we'll say. If I want to look like this right now, 9%, but I want to be huge, I stay 9% and I get huge by adding muscle. Maybe I add 5 pounds of muscle a year. Natural, SARMs, enhanced, whatever is your choice and whatever your right is to be, do that. Don't get fat and then go flat. Don't. It's not worth it. Okay, so let's say you're 5% and you just did a bodybuilding show or a photo shoot or down south, and you're like, oh man, I'm only 160 pounds, I'm 5'10", I feel kind of skinny, yeah, I have a 6-pack, I look really shredded, but man, I want to be a bodybuilder one day. You hire a coach. Coach somebody, I'm not going to say names. Okay, what do? You need to force feed 5,000 calories a day. You go to 250 pounds, and then we cut next year, and you'll be 230 on stage. No, you won't. You're going to be a fat piece of shit the whole year, and then you're going to diet down, and you're going to say to the coach, oh, I'm looking so flat now. Oh, what happened? Oh, and you're going to lose half the muscle that you built in this off season, which wasn't muscle anyway. It was just fat and water, and you thought it was muscle. That's going to happen. So rather than that, you go slowly from 5% until the point at which you feel comfortable in your own skin, you have energy to train, you're not starving to death, you feel good, you still look good, but you're able to put on muscle at your ideal zone. Where is this ideal gaining muscle zone? I can't say it's 6%, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Look at that, I can count. I even taught math, I count all the way up to 20. Okay? So, you don't know. It depends on your genetics, it depends what you're doing, it depends on so many factors. For me, my ideal zone, if I get below 8%, it's affected. I can't train as hard, I can't lift as good or as heavy, I'm starving more than I want to be, and it's not good for me. It's too lean. 8% is freaking shredded, man. It's really lean. I'm not 8% now, I'm above that. I'm closer to 9, okay? 8 is shredded. It's very lean. 5% is like Pro bodybuilders, a lot of pro bodybuilders have never been 5% body fat in their life. The leanest I've ever been is 4%, and I was dying. It's death. It's like 6 weeks of hell after you've already gone through hell. Okay? It is lean. 8 to 12 is a high performance super athlete freak. 8 to 12. 15 is healthy. So if you're trying to build muscle, ideally, find that percent for you. Where do I feel probably my most comfortable? Probably 12%. I feel like I can train like a machine. I could skip a meal and I'd still have energy to train. I'm not starving all the time and I still look pretty good and I feel good. Maybe I'm not as fast on the bicycle because I'm a little bit chubby carrying extra weight up the hills, but it's a good healthy weight for me, okay? So that's just where I like to be. So somewhere between 8 to 12. For somebody else, that's stupid. 8%, they would have no energy. 12% is stupid. That's no energy. Maybe it's 15. Maybe it's 20% for you. If your genetics are to be obese, so you're an endomorph, for example, you can't maintain 8% year-round. That's just stupid. You can do it for one day for your show to get your pro card, and then in the off-season, you have to hold, maybe it's 20%. Whatever that percent is, hold it the entire time. Steady. You're running a marathon, 20% the whole time. Building muscle the whole time. Slow and steady. You don't have to just be natural. You might be on steroids. So that slow and steady for you is slow and steady up here. Down here is the natural guy. You're the enhanced slow and steady. So it's still a consistent way to do it. You don't say I'm going on a cut and then a bulk and then a mini cut and then a mini bulk and an up and down, and this week I'm going to eat 5,000 calories a day, and this week I'm going to eat 2,000, and I'll gain muscle this week, and then I'll hold it the next. No, it doesn't work like that. It's just stupid. It just doesn't work like that, okay? So I'm going to hit it home right here at the end here. You want to be 5% for photo shoot bodybuilding, someday on the beach, on a wedding, or something. You want to be like, wow, 5%. That's just amazing, okay? If you're at 10% right now, you have to lose 5% of that to get to 5 from 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 5% body fat. If you're 200 pounds, let's say your average person here is 200 pounds, you have to lose 5% of that's 10 pounds. 10 pounds times 3,500 calories is 35,000 calories. So just to sum it up, if you're 10% body fat, which is about me, I'm close to that, I have to lose 35,000 calories to get in shape. 35,000. That's a lot of donuts. That's a lot of popcorn bags. It's a lot of freaking cardio. So even at 10% to get to 5, I have to burn off 35,000 calories. What if you're fatter than 10? What if I got to 15? I'd have to burn 70,000 calories. If I go up to 20%, 105,000 calories. If I go up to 25%, 140,000 calories I have to burn. 35%, now we're getting really fat. 210,000 calories. 210,000 calories. So if you think bulking up is a smart thing to do, you're then going to have to cut. Fatter you get, oh, but you argue, but if you force feed, yeah, I'm going to force feed. I'm going to wear a sweater all winter. I'm going to train at 4 a.m. so no one can see my ugly, fat, disgusting body. Yeah, I'm in secret. I'm secret slime mode. No one sees me. And I'm going to come next year and I'm going to be 400 pounds of muscle ripped on stage. You watch it. Think about this. You're going to have to bulk up to whatever percent. Way too much percent. Not only is that bad for your health, I mean, it's going to cause, all kinds of, I don't even want to get into it. It's bad for your health to get super fat in every way, okay? Bad. Plus you're using steroids, also bad. Fat and steroids, double bad. Say goodbye to your life when you're 50 instead of 70. Blah, blah, blah. That's your choice. Doesn't matter. Let's say all this extra force feeding worked and you gained 5 extra pounds of muscle that you wouldn't have gained by just eating it normal, like 15%, which is where I'm saying. The healthy zone, 15%. So you just did a show and you're 5% body fat, you bulk up, you get to 15% and you hold it there because that's healthy, okay? Healthy. You say, no, fuck healthy. I'm going to be the best. I'm going to be freaking Mr. Olympia next year. So you gain weight. You force feed all year. Yes. And you get super fat. you add 5 extra pounds of muscle. Yes, I knew Greg was an idiot. I knew it. I gained 5 more pounds than he said I would have gained because I bulked instead of holding my weight steady and doing the marathon. Now it's diet time. All right, coach, whoever it is, here's my progress photo. Coach. How many months out is the show? 4 months. 4 months. Okay. The coach is like, he should be dieting for 6 months, but he doesn't want to tell you anything. He's your coach. Awesome, you gained so much muscle. Greg is so wrong. He's an idiot. I'm the best coach. You listen to me. The coach isn't going to tell you that you're fat because he wants to make money and have you as a proud coach and the whole thing. It's understandable. Don't blame the coach. So 4 months. So now you have 4 months to burn off 210,000 calories. Okay. So let's just say let's just make this easy. You're 10 weeks out and you have 20% body fat to go. So you're at 25%, it's 10 weeks out. You have to lose 2% of your body fat a week. Do you think you can do that in a small deficit? No. You have to lose 2% of your body fat a week to do that. 2%. If you weigh 200 pounds, that's 4 pounds a week. That works out to a 2,000 calorie deficit a day. That's about 4 hours of normal speed cardio for most people. So the fat bulker guy that gained that extra 5 pounds of fat is going to have to do 4 hours cardio a day to make up for being a fat ass. Guess how much cardio I have to do? None. A zero. Zero, because I only have to burn off 500 calories maybe a day, and I can do that by eating, I don't know, 1 less bag of popcorn and 1 less protein bar in a day, and I'm there. And so while this guy gained 5 extra pounds of muscle and had to diet for 4 months in a huge deficit or 6 months at a normal deficit, I'm like, when's the show again? It's 4 months out, and I send the same thing to my coach, and he sees the picture. Oh, keep eating. Keep on going. Keep on smooth sailing. Trust me, I have clients that do this. 8 weeks out, we're not dieting yet. Why? Because they're friggin' 8% body fat in the off season. They're slowly built all this muscle, and now they don't have to suffer for 4 to 6 months of dieting. Person A that's fat has to diet their ass off, literally, and they're in a huge deficit. So my guy is, say, 9 months of building muscle slowly and only diets for 3 months slowly. The other guy is force feeding for 6 months and then crash dieting for 6 months. During this crash diet where they're on 1,000 or 2,000 calorie a day deficit, they're going to lose muscle for sure, because you can't be losing 4 pounds of fat a week and not lose muscle. The other guy is only in a 500 calorie deficit, say they're doing an hour of cardio a day, and they're doing 3 or 4 hours of cardio a day. It logically makes sense that they're going to lose more muscle than you. Maybe you're not going to lose muscle at all. Maybe you're going to grow into the show. But that's impossible, right? Stupid. It's not impossible. I've done it not millions of times, many times I've done it. Okay? And I know a lot of you know other people that have lost weight and gained muscle at the same time. It's possible. Okay? Stop arguing about that. So the point I'm trying to make is, the person that bulks up will then have to deficit up. They will have to do the opposite of a bulk, which is a cut, a big cut, a huge cut. The huger the bulk, the huger the cut. The huger the bulk, even if it builds more muscle, it destroys more muscle in the cutting process. So stop thinking that bulking is the way to build muscle, because you'll then later have to cut and cut hard, and you will regret it when you lose all those extra pounds you think you gained, which you probably didn't. You're probably gonna just lose it all off in the diet. And don't tell me you're not going to, because if you're eating 4,000 calories a day bulking, and then, or 5,000 or 6 or 7, and then you have to go on a 2,000 calorie starvation diet doing 2 hours cardio a day, you're gonna lose muscle doing that. So keep your weight as close to where you want it as possible the whole time. Pick a body fat percentage that's realistic. A lot of people hire me they'll say, you know, I'm 15% body fat, and I'll see a picture and they're really 25, and then their goal is to be 6%. And I'm like, I'm not even 6%. And they're like, yeah, that's my, and it's like, it's not gonna happen. You might do it for one day, but it's not realistic. Pick a realistic fat percent that's good for you. Maybe if you're a girl and you're 35% now and you want to be a bikini competitor at 15%, maybe 25% is the smart goal, and just hold that all year. Because if you're 35% and you want to go to 15, what do you think is going to happen after the diet's over? You're going to balloon back up. Yo-yo. I'm against the whole yo-yo. We want to minimize how much difference there is between off-season and contest, or beach season and off-season, whatever. So pick a goal, choose it, go for it, keep your fat at that goal, and slowly build muscle over time. There's no rocket secret science trick here. We're not going to sprint for a mile and walk for a mile and sprint for a mile. We're going to slow and steady jog this whole marathon at a pace that we can sustain the whole year. So if you're dieting so hard that after 2 months you're like, oh, I need to cheat all the time. Oh, I don't like it. I need it. Then you're running above your threshold. You're running too hard. You need to slow the pace down. So if you're starving all the time and you don't have the energy, you need to eat a little bit more. Crank it up 200 calories and see. And then you're like, yes, this is a good weight for me. That's enough of this. Other videos on bulking and all this shit and eating, all right up here. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IFBB Pro. Instagram, awesome place where I show pictures of myself when I was natural, old stuff. We have lots of conversation and debate. Check that out. And until next time.